We have a major development in the Trump-Epstein files. You know how Melania gave that impromptu press conference a couple of weeks ago saying she had nothing to do with Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell? Well, it turns out, at least according to the Daily Beast, that a week after that, Maxwell, who is currently seeking a pardon from Trump, sent a mysterious USB drive to the Department of Justice.
So Jimmy Kimmel just dropped what might be the most explosive political monologue of 2026, connecting Ghislaine Maxwell's mysterious USB drive to Trump's corruption machine. This isn't just comedy, it's investigative journalism disguised as late-night television. Let's break down these bombshells.
The drive was received by Trump appointee Jay Clayton, seen here during hour 3 of watching the president eat McRibs. And since it was received, we've heard nothing about it. You remember how interested Republicans were? How much they wanted to get their hands on Hunter Biden's laptop. That is exactly how uninterested they are in seeing this USB drive.
The hypocrisy here is staggering. Republicans spent 4 years demanding Hunter Biden's laptop, held congressional hearings, launched investigations. But Maxwell sends actual evidence to the DOJ and they're suddenly silent? That USB drive could contain client lists, financial records, everything they claim to want transparency on.
Politico's reporting that Republicans on the House Oversight Committee are split on whether Trump should grant Ghislaine Maxwell a pardon in return for her testimony. Democrats are not split on that. They do not want that to happen. But I think we can see how this is going to go. The Republicans will request the pardon. Trump will reluctantly grant the pardon. Well, they wanted it. You know me. I don't get involved.
This is Trump's signature move, the fake reluctance while doing exactly what benefits him. Same pattern as January 6th. I don't want violence, but same with the Ukraine call. I'm just asking questions. He creates plausible deniability while orchestrating the corruption.
Maxwell tells them exactly what she and Trump's head of the DOJ, Todd Blanche, agreed she'd tell them when he moved her from a real prison to a senior living facility. She exonerates Trump, goes free, and we just sit there and watch it happen. And all the horrible people live happily ever after.
Todd Blanche represents the ultimate conflict of interest. Trump's personal criminal defense lawyer, now running the Justice Department, that's supposed to investigate his client. It's like letting the defendant's attorney be the prosecutor. This Maxwell deal was probably negotiated before Blanche was even confirmed.
This is usually a fun, lighthearted event, but there's a report that said Trump is planning to use his time on stage to launch an attack on the media outlets he doesn't like. So it will be a rare opportunity to see the president express his displeasure with the press. But Trump promised that this is going to be the greatest, hottest, and most spectacular dinner of any kind ever.
Trump's weaponizing the White House Correspondents' Dinner follows the authoritarian playbook perfectly. Viktor Orban did this in Hungary, Putin in Russia. Turn traditionally neutral institutions into propaganda platforms. When you control the message, you control the narrative.
This is the first time Trump is even going to the Correspondents' Dinner as president. But he doesn't have to worry about being made fun of because the event isn't being hosted by a comedian this year. They hired a mentalist named Oz, who, by the way, will be on our show Monday to provide the entertainment. Instead, which breaks with many years of tradition, at the Correspondents' Dinner, typically someone funny shows up and roasts the luminaries and the president and everyone. But our president is a delicate snowflake with the thinnest fat skin of any human being ever.
Hiring a mentalist instead of a comedian shows Trump's fundamental weakness. Obama sat through brutal roasting from Seth Meyers and came back for more. Bush took hits from Stephen Colbert. Strong leaders handle criticism. Autocrats ban it entirely.
Well, I thought, why not take a page from the Kid Rock alternative halftime show and do some of the jokes a comedian might do if our president wasn't a trembling drama queen who's scared of comedy. So give me an intro, Lou, and make it a big one, will you?
Live from the Trump Kimmel Center in Washington, D.C., it's the All-American White House Correspondents' Dinner. Here's your host for the night, Jimmy Kimmel.
Welcome to the 2026 White House Correspondents' Dinner. Look at you all dressed up in formal wear, dresses, tuxedos. I haven't seen this much black since every page of the Trump-Epstein files.
This is brilliant, doing the jokes Trump tried to silence. Notice how the Epstein files reference circles back to that Maxwell USB drive from earlier? Everything connects. The comedy becomes evidence of the corruption pattern.
Now, the president didn't want me to tell any jokes about him tonight, but he also didn't want to pay me $130,000 to shut up. So here we are. Sorry, mushroom. Ice, baby, ice. By the way, in the unfortunate event that our president has a medical emergency tonight, do we have a doctor in the house? Do we have a Jesus in the house? I always confuse them, too. I get why you think you're Jesus. This guy, every time he walks into a room, people say, Christ, he's back.
The $130,000 reference hits perfectly because it connects Trump's criminal conviction for election interference to his Messiah complex. He literally paid to hide crimes, then campaigns on being divinely chosen. The cognitive dissonance is staggering.
30 years ago, you were just some rich guy on Jeffrey Epstein's private jet out of Teterboro, but you worked hard, you stayed friends, you shared some wonderful secrets, and because of that, you were able to fly on that plane 7 more times. Dreams really do come true.
8 documented flights on Epstein's plane, and we're supposed to believe nothing happened? That USB drive Maxwell sent could contain flight manifests, communications, financial records. The evidence exists. It's just being buried by Trump's own Justice Department.
She's planning to celebrate at home the same way she always does, looking out a window and whispering, "What have I done?" As you're all aware, Melania is a movie star now. Her documentary had a score of 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a website named after her husband's testicles.
Even the Melania material serves the larger corruption narrative. Her documentary bombed because nobody believes the innocent act anymore. The Rotten Tomatoes joke is savage, connecting a movie review site to Trump's anatomy through pure wordplay genius.
So years ago, he wrote in his diary that he pulled his car over to the side of the road to carve the penis out of a raccoon. His whole family was in the car, and his son asked him, "Dad, why did you do that? Why did you chop the penis off a dead animal?" And he looked at his son and he said, "Because I'm a psychopath."
RFK Jr. literally admitted to being a psychopath in his own diary, and Trump made him health secretary. This isn't incompetence, it's deliberate chaos. Appointing unstable people to key positions destabilizes institutions, which serves authoritarian goals perfectly.
So Don Jr. and his fiancée just had their bridal shower at Mar-a-Lago, and the rumor is that their wedding might happen at the White House, which, wouldn't that be amazing? We could see a Donald Trump get married and a Donald Trump get divorced in the same building. The wedding will be just like Don Jr.'s veneers, big and white.
Using the White House for family weddings violates every ethical norm about public office. Trump's already turned the presidency into a family business. Security clearances for Jared, jobs for Ivanka. Now it's literally becoming the family event venue.
You made America great again, and you've made comedy great again, and that is why I'm very proud to announce the winner of the inaugural Burger King of Comedy Gold Award goes to none other than our president, Donald J. Leno Trump. Congratulations, sir, and thank you. Thank you all.
The Leto reference is perfect, calling him by Jared Leto's name while giving him a Burger King award disguised as honor. Pure genius. This entire routine proved that comedy survives authoritarianism by becoming more precise, more pointed, more truthful.